Hello and welcome to Technology Simplicity YouTube channel. This is the Go Digital Live series episode 57. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I produced a new video and tutorial video for everyone, and I miss you guys as well. And then thank you so much for the past, this period of time that I'm not producing any new video and content, and the compliments, the comments, and some of you even DM me in person. Yeah, thank you so much for reaching out. And today's we are going to discuss a very interesting topic. I know that everyone is actually we are talking about AI. We are in the peak of AI era right now. And instead of actually giving you the tools how to use it, perhaps there's something that I want to take a step back and urge everyone to utilize AI not to replace your own job, but actually use it to help you do things smarter. You know, you want to save time doing the crunching data job, summarize some of the content, use it. If you want to use AI to actually categorize your information so you can consume it smarter, more effectively, use it. So today I'm going to introduce these tools. Okay, it's been around. Okay, it's been a while. It's actually by Google called NotebookLM. Yes. Well, to me, it's an AI first research companion tool that you can use it to, dive deeper into certain topics, provided you have a great source. Because nowadays, when it comes to Gen AI, something that we all worry about is, when you ask a certain questions, you're giving some prompt, even the Gen AI can give you a very fantastic answer. Most of the time, we always doubt whether the answer is true or not because you do know the truth of source. So, given this tool called NotebookLM, for me, is brilliant. Why? You control the source, and based on the source, you just want to extract certain insights. Or perhaps, sometimes if you want to dive into a deep topic that you might really need to spend months. I'm not talking about comparing, the materials. It's about reading through all the materials. It takes months or perhaps years, right? So with this tool, definitely you can use it to extract insights in minutes. Yeah, I'm not going to say in seconds or in minutes. I think is fair enough. It's a fair statement because to me, let's say I'm going to get an ebook, okay, and then I just want to dive deeper. Okay, even though I read the book, okay, from the whole book perhaps one or two times, but sometimes I still need to know what did I miss. Oh, did I actually connecting the dots between the different chapters and so on. So let me show you what's so great about this notebook LM. Let's go. Well, as I mentioned just now, this is the episode 57. I know that it's been a while. Okay, we are looking at this AI first research companion, and it's introduced by Google called Google Notebook. So beforehand, this whole presentation and material is for education purpose. I'm not going to substitute any independent professional judgment and so on for the disclaimer. Okay, let's dive deeper and start our sessions. But before that, I'm going to share with you this material. You know, you can look for it in the description of the links. And then when you open up this slide, you will realize some of the elements is clickable whenever you see this little guy here, right? Okay, you see this guy, huh? Okay, so let's dive follow up this. Okay, what is Notebook LM? To me, it's an AI powered summarizations and it support multiple document or sources. So for the free version, you can actually import up to 50, which is up to today's date. Okay, up to 50 document or any sources, and then you can actually ask questions and grounded answers, and you can actually generate a podcast from the source. And I am someone who actually don't really enjoy podcasts at first place, even though yes, I love some of the podcaster. when they actually discuss about the brilliance topics and then how they actually, put it up. Yes, I do enjoy. But I'm not a big fan. But once I found these tools, I use it to generate a lot of podcasts and I listen to it. And why? Because somehow they make the podcast not boring at all. Okay, I really and literally listen from start to the end, and in fact, sometimes I even replay because I miss out something. And last but not least, NotebookLM also allows you to visualize the connections. Remember just now before we started, I mentioned about you want to connect the dots between the chapters. The best tools you have here is the mind map. Okay, so let's dive deeper what we can with NotebookLM. So first, number one, again, some of you are asking like, why do we need AI first research tool? I mean, AI is so smart nowadays, and AI can actually do the job for me. Why I still need them as an AI to help me to do research? You just give me an answer, or perhaps you help me to execute, right? No, I don't see the future like this. Okay, we are going to use AI as a tool to enhance our productivity, our efficiencies, perhaps do things more creatively because you get more info. When I say more info, doesn't mean you overwhelm with info. In fact, you get short and sweet and just nice the info that you want. Okay, let's go down and the real question is how can an AI first research tool transform the way we gather, process, and apply the knowledge in our life? Okay, we're going to come back to this so-called real question or the society question later. Okay, so right now we were going to dive in the top 5 features that I love the most. Okay, the podcast, the interactive discussion for audio, and then the sources for question and FAQ, and then you can actually generate a study guide in minutes and personalized insights via, perhaps one of the great tool I love the most is mind map. Okay, so let's go the very first one. So notebook, they have this tagline, think smarter, not harder, which is very true. Once I actually adopt these tools, I really enjoy to focus on certain topic because when you're actually compiling the materials, it starts to give you this kind of brands exercise where you need to think about what exactly you are looking for. Because when you put together the materials, you're not, you are not putting like financial report here, and then suddenly a food recipe here. Because when you gel this, I mean, when you put together this material, I'm I'm pretty sure your research is really going nowhere. You don't get, perfect insights. You can't gel all this information together. So things smarter, not harder. I really love it. And then some of the animation they created by NotebookLM in their website is great. Okay, in just a few seconds, you can actually get the idea what you're going to have with NotebookLM. It's really, really a great tool. I'm telling you, it's free. Use it, abuse it. When I say abuse it, I'm not asking you to hack it or anything. Perhaps just utilize it in your daily life for learning, for work, for career, for business, anything. Okay. We have so much information today, and the key is how you want to extract the insights. Okay, I repeat second time already. Extract and generate insights. Okay, let's dive deeper. Okay, just for laugh, it's like, nowadays the kids, if you ask them to reading a 5 minutes post or blog, they might actually look at you. It's like, nah, I'm not going to read it. But if you ask them to scroll, video, like this one, or perhaps listen to podcasts, yeah. Okay, this is just for laugh. Okay, let's carry on and look at the very first one, podcast audio. So if I want, I really love to show you. Okay, perhaps you can always click the button here. Okay, because I generated a book that I published 3 years back called Technology Simplicity. So how great it is, I'm not going to show you at this video. I want you to click on it. Okay, click on it, download it. I know it's a 13 minutes long. I'm not asking you to listen to 30 minutes. You try just 1 minute. 1 minute, I guarantee you, you're going to continue the second minute. It's not about how great is my book is, it's how great NotebookLM generate this podcast for you. Okay, so let's go to second one. But before that, okay, Yao. Oh yeah, those who actually love food. Well, Gordon Ramsay, one of the respected chef we have, even though with a temper and a very great personality. Anyway, let's carry on. Okay, this is just a meme, and then Okay, the second one I love the most is rather than you just listen to the podcast generated by NotebookLM, which is one-sided. Okay, you can't participate, right? The great part of it is you can participate in the podcast like an invited guest. And what you do, you ask questions. So instead of you just listen to the podcast, they bring out all the key points, they extract some insights, When I say some, because you probably have 1,000 pages from the sources, and when they generated 10, 20, or 30 minutes say podcast, they're not going to cover every single thing. So there's such a feature where it's an interactive discussion. So if I may, you take a look at the screenshot here. Okay, so what you can do is you can join the podcast as an invited guest, and then you're going to ask questions, and you will be surprised the way they interact with you, the virtual hosts, okay, the AI hosts, how they interact with you, how they answer your question. I'm impressed, man. I'm really, really impressed. Give it a try and then let me know in the comment, right? Okay, how do you feel about this feature? Whether you feel impressed like what I do, or you actually feel scary. Okay, I'm not too sure. If you are a real podcaster, or perhaps you are a professional podcaster, leave a comment. Okay, I really want to hear from you, like whether you worry these kind of tools might really kill the industry in terms of creativity and stuff, or you will feel like, oh, why not generate this kind of podcast? I join in the podcast with the sources, and then with my voice and the AI voice, I can create a better podcast. I'm not sure. Okay, I want to hear from you. By the way, what FAQ did you just say? Okay, never mind. Okay, carry on. Put in the comment. I'm doing my best to answer you if I can. Even though I cannot, I will Google for you. If you look back all the videos that I publish, one thing I promise you is I answer to every single comment. Okay, as long as your comment is not, I would say, spam, like put advertisement, I'm definitely answer you. You go and look back all the videos that I published before. You look at all the questions, all the comments that everyone left. Okay, sometimes it might take me a while, a few days, perhaps up to a week sometimes, to reply you. Please bear with me and be patient, okay? I really do my best. So yeah, what the FAQ do you just say? Yes, I'm gonna answer you. Okay, anyway, let's go to chapter 3, whereby the sources can generate question and also FAQ. What's so great about this is, I think, let's say as a student, okay, you want to go for the quiz, tutorial, or perhaps a final exam, stuff like that. I think this tool is great because it will actually generate for you all the FAQ or perhaps the questions for you to stimulate how you're going to answer it. Okay, let's take a quick look at, like for example, even my own book, Technology Simplicity. What I'm surprised is they can actually generate key questions based on the key chapters, like what is technology simplicity, how does the author suggest enhancing live presentation through technology, and so on. And they really break down into the important chapters and points for you. So I think, as a student, definitely you love it, how summarize and how they actually shorten the answer for you. Okay, so let's carry on deep dive further. Before that, you remember the answer for the study guide while taking a test. Okay, that's a great one. Okay, so number 4, the sources can actually create a study guide for you. Okay, you might wondering, yeah, I have the question, I have the FAQ just now. Why do I need a study guide? Okay, or perhaps you might say, I can use ChatGPT, to summarize the book for me. So what is this study guide is? Okay, let me give you a short example. The study guide is they will actually break down into like, different mini books for you. They will give you a key themes. They give you certain quiz so that you get the idea. What is this about? And then they give you some essay format questions. You can look at this. They have even glossary of key terms and then a quiz, answer key, the format and so on. So basically, they instill your thought and your questions towards the sources or perhaps the topic. Okay, if we actually put ourselves into another angle rather than just study for for study for exam as a student. Let's say you try to research, I don't know, whether tech is harmful to human or not, or perhaps mobile phone is harmful to human or not. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of research paper, coming from a lot of angle. So with this study guide, definitely you are looking at a bigger overview. You will know what is going on. Okay, tried it out. Again, same thing. Let me know how do you feel, especially if you're a student, you study for exam, and then because how I actually show you that you can study it through podcasts, study guide, question and answer so far up to this point. Or perhaps you finish a whole video, leave it. Okay, so yeah, another memes for your to enjoy. Okay, let's carry on with the last point that I really, really, really like. Okay, the personalized insights. Why I say personalized? Because it could be have a lot of way to summarize the content or perhaps the knowledge. But when I say personalized, because you can use it like how you use ChatGPT, the smart one, right? How the prompt engineer uses it, they will actually tell the AI tools like, okay, now you act like a financial advisor. Looking at technology simplicity, idea. How would you advise me to create efficiency to using tools, using technology in my life, which can make me, generate better revenue and stuff. So if you have this kind of question and with an appropriate source, the insights that NotebookLM can extract from you is brilliant. Okay, let's look at it. For example, okay, by the way, this is another book. It's not my book. The book is called The Coming Wave, and the coming wave is actually stand for AI. So this AI wave, let's see. Okay, there's a subject, there's a date here, and then actually generate this personalized insight action. The prompt I use, you can refer to the description. Okay, so we have found it. So they actually give you a very short, concise insights that you want, but perhaps you need to ask an exact question, right? Okay, so this is a very powerful one. Use it. And in fact, the very bonus after this personalized okay, by the way, this is another meme just for you to laugh. I get it. If you're not laughing, it's fine. The bonus one is the mind map. Okay. This mind map to me is, some of you might actually thought it as like a table content, but to me it's not. Okay, take a look at this screenshot I generated. If you look at this part, the coming wave, it will break down into 5 core chapters: the technologies, the containment problem, the driver incentive proliferations, and so on. And then underneath of it, they will actually branch down further for you. So basically, what this mind map do is categorize all information and give you the keyword. So you have a very brief idea what you are looking at. Remember, just now you can generate a study guide and then even the questions are answered, and then from there you have a glossary of terms. Using that and using this mind map, you definitely catch all the jargons. Let's say you try to learn something new. Through these tools, through this way and approach, definitely you pick up a lot. Okay? So these are the 6 features I found really great. And the excellent questions and the serious question is, some of you might asking why we use NotebookLM, or perhaps this is the darkest question in this episode is why Google create Notebook LM for you. Okay, we all know that in today's world, the freemium is always one of the best pricing model, and in fact, free is never free. There's no such thing free lunch in the world, right? And why Google actually do this to me is very simple. Google always want your information, right? And right now, because of these two, you will upload all your materials, including your own paper, your own writing, and perhaps anything else that belongs to you and storing inside your laptop offline. That is the answer. But that is from Google perspective. How about user yourself? Do you actually afraid of copyright? Google actually take up all your information and stuff? Maybe yes, but as a consumer, why I use Notebook LM? Because I want to study and learn smarter. Yeah, in today's world, you have too many information to consume and you have too many, yes, tons of information floating every day. We feel overwhelmed with it, right? So don't think too much. To me, my quick summary for you is very simple. Experiment with your document, even though it's a random. Create one main notebook and then identify the topic-based notebooks from there. Okay, and then use Notebook LM to connect the dots from different materials. Sometimes let's say you just want to learn about AI. It could be AI for medical, it could be AI for creativity, for digital marketing, or perhaps AI for website. You just combine it all and then you can connect the dots. Okay, see how far the AI goes. Start with the suggested questions. From there, the one of the great thing is you can generate questions, okay, using one of the module dimensions. From there, you can park it as a source as well. Then from the source, you actually realize, okay, I need more info about this particular area. Then you go and find additional resources. Then you upload again the source. So from there, you actually learn deeper, go further. Okay, and always you see this ask Notebook LM to deliver info in a different way. Don't shy away from the creative use. You remember the interactive podcast where you can join in like an invited guest, ask questions, just an AI, right? And then turn your sources into audio overview. Yes, that's the perfect one. And the audio overviews is referring to the podcast that I mentioned. So that's all the summary. And again, just for laugh, Leonardo da Vinci radical, who copied his idea. If you get it, you get it, okay? You want to laugh, you laugh. I myself have been laughed a few rounds, okay? So before I ended, as usual, those who have been staying with me, Technology Simplicity YouTube channel is always grab the topic that you decide. So you can go to the link, you suggest a topic, and then actually all the fans, okay, I'm not using the fans, everyone can actually vote for any topic is already existing there, or perhaps you can suggest a new topic. So I will pick the highest vote and make it my next topic. Okay, remember to vote or suggest a topic anytime. Okay, and last but not least, thank you so much for joining me and please support. Okay, it's no longer every Wednesday. I'm sorry about the poster. I will do my best to publish more as soon as I can. And yes, that's all for today. It is a Notebook LM by Google, the AI first research companion. I hope you enjoy these sessions. I really appreciate that. Okay. So before that, I'm going to say, please, if you like this video or perhaps you found this useful or perhaps for your friend, subscribe it, share it with your friends. Okay, I will really appreciate it. It's just a 1 second, but it makes a lot to me. Okay, thank you so much for listening, and in fact, thank you so much again. Hope to see you soon. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, PM me, DM me, you can find me. I even have my own website, suggest the topic and so on. So much interaction we can do after offline. Oh, okay, sorry, it's not after offline. I mean, after this video. Okay, thank you so much and hope to see you again. Thank you. Bye.